What's up, Final Community? I'm Robert Fithen, and today I want to talk about We Are the World. Now, why today? Why do I want to talk about this? I don't really know. I was watching videos on YouTube, and randomly We Are the World came up, and I just brought back all these memories, and I thought maybe some other people would remember We Are the World and want to hear some nice, see a nice video about it. So yeah, this is the album that came out. This is the one I have that's still in shrink with the hype sticker on it. And yeah, We Are the World, of course, was a huge song. USA for Africa was the name of the project. And 1985 is when this happened, January. All of these artists, all of these people got together and, did a charity thing for African relief and for famine relief. And yeah, it was like a huge, huge thing. And, the album came out and it has all these previously unreleased songs that nobody really remembers, like Just a Little Closer from the Pointer Sisters, and If Only for the Moment Girl from Steve Perry. Who could forget that? Good for Nothing from Chicago. Sounds like a real winner. Actually, there was a couple on here that did get radio airplay. Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band, Trapped. I remember that song. That's a great song. Yeah, that's a good one. And so was Huey Lewis and the News, the live version of Trouble in Paradise. Was getting radio airplay as well. Now, this was a huge, huge thing with a video and everybody running out and getting a single, everybody feeling like, I'm buying this music, I'm making a difference, I'm really changing the world. So this was a big thing. I had a friend whose mom would go out every time she went to the store. It was a store that had records. She would buy us the We Are the World single. So she ended up with like 18 or 20 of these 45s. So yeah, We Are the World. What do you think of the song? Okay, this had the hype sticker on it. What do you think of the song? I don't know. There was different opinions about the song. Some people thought it was schmaltzy. Some people thought it sounded like a Pepsi commercial. Some people thought it was narcissistic, because of the whole, we are the world. We're the ones that make a brighter day, and we are the reason people smile. And it's like, it really kind of comes across as kind of narcissistic, somewhat. There's the inner. But yeah, I mean, it's a song that kind of sounds like it's really long, and everybody has their little part they come in. Michael Jackson is most of it because he and Lionel Richie and Quincy Jones, it was them that all started it. So it was actually written by Lionel Richie and Michael Jackson. And yeah, the video, it starts off, it shows everybody and everybody's walking in. And this is all after the American Music Awards of that year. This is January of 1985. So they're all just coming in, and there's like 46 different artists involved. And the story is that there were like 25 or 30 more people that showed up that were turned away. And so we'll get more into that in just a little bit. But yeah, We Are the World all started with this thing right here, this Band-Aid from the UK, and Do They Know It's Christmas? Now, I love this song. I'm not a big fan of We Are the World, but I do love this this 45 here. And this has, a lot of the UK acts that were big at the time. Bananarama, Culture Club, Style Council, Duran Duran is a part of this. Trying to read these people on here. Spandau Ballet, unfortunately, on here. Can't win them all. Wham, so you got all kinds of people on here. Actually, there's the full thing. I always wondered what this white, what's supposed to be there that they're covering up. But I love this song. I did this song at karaoke at a bar at Christmas time one time, and I had half the bar doing the Feed the World and the other half doing the, Do They Know It's Christmas? It was beautiful. But yeah, love this song. Not so much into this one, even though, I get it. It raised a lot of money and everything. And here's the insert of that. I actually had this shirt, the middle one there. You can buy the shirt or the whatever. Just keep on helping out with We Are the World. Now, of course, this was all started with this guy right here, Bob Geldof, part of the Boomtown Rats. They had the song I Don't Like Mondays. In the UK, they had all kinds of other songs. In the US, they had the song I Don't Like Mondays. Maybe in America, if you still don't know who Bob Geldof was, he's Pink in the movie Pink Floyd The Wall. That's Bob Geldof. So yeah, he would be the one to start the Band-Aid thing, which led to We Are the World. Now, I was saying that there were some artists that were not involved or were turned down, different kind of rumors. Of course, the thing with Prince, a lot of people know that he was not involved, but he does have a track on the album, probably just some unreleased thing that was in the vault, who cares type thing. But he was not involved in the recording. There's different reasons, different rumors going around why. One of them is that he heard that Bob Geldof had called him a creep, even though Geldof really wasn't involved as much with this as he would be like, Live Aid and Band Aid and all that. But he'd heard that. Another one was he pulled up to the thing, got out of his limo, and saw a sign on the door that said, "Leave your egos at the door," and was offended by that and left. That's another rumor. Now, you got to have an ego when you see a sign just talking about an ego and you automatically think they're talking about you. I guess Carly Simon song about that. But that's another rumor. There's all kinds of stuff. He was recording something at the time, which doesn't make any sense because, like I said, it's right after the American Music Awards. There's also, I talked about people being turned away, all these people. But rumor, this guy, one of the artists that wanted to be involved but was turned away, John Denver, a guy that had all kinds of big hits in the 70s and was always, doing like benefit concerts, especially for like wildlife conservation and whatever, and just loved people and loved helping and doing benefits or whatever, kind of a Harry Chapin type. For them to turn him down because it's 1985 and you're not hip enough, hit the road. I mean, that's got to be harsh. That's ridiculous. That's John Denver. Turned down. But LaToya. We could have LaToya, but not John Denver. We could have Dan Ackroyd, who doesn't even sing. And this isn't even right after the Blues Brothers. This is like Spies Like Us, Dan Ackroyd. We could have that, but not John Denver. And no telling who else was turned down. Somebody else that wasn't involved, like Prince. But you hear all about Prince and all the rumors about why Prince wasn't involved, right? But you never hear about this huge superstar that was really big in 1985, but was not a part of We Are the World. And I'm, of course, talking about Madonna. Where was she? No word on this at all until I just saw a video like about a half a year ago where she's talking about she had a big feud with Michael Jackson at the time, and that's why she's not involved in We Are the World. Interesting, I thought, This could be Madonna or Prince, actually, Anyway, so Madonna, not involved. And they did a big live thing later on with We Are the World with you, and they wanted her to come out because she'd been out that award show or whatever. A different award show, and they wanted her to come out and do the live one. She's like, "Nope, I'm not good enough to be on the album. I am not good enough to be on, the live thing either." Another thing that happened because of We Are the World, of course, Live Aid. I talked about Bob Geldof. He's was the main guy behind Live Aid, a 2-concert thing. Actually, 3 concerts. They never mentioned the Australian one. But there was an Australian Live Aid going on at the same time. It was called Live Oz, and it had NXS and Jimmy Barnes, a bunch of Australian groups, so there was actually 3. But the big 2 was the one, of course, at Kennedy Stadium in Philadelphia, and then Wembley Stadium in London. You would watch it on TV. They would have one concert going while the other concert was setting up, so it was like this nonstop thing back and forth. Phil Collins, cool enough to be at both concerts. Everybody loves that, how he was at the UK one and then flew to the US so he could be at both concerts. But yeah, just an amazing lineup. Where's the Live Aid thing here? Here's the CD for We Are the World for some reason. Anyway, very interesting. But yeah, Live Aid. You had a line. I mean, you could just. I'll just show you. I'm not gonna read all these off. But look at this. I thought this was interesting right here. Where to go? Look at that. If you've seen one of my other videos, you know why somebody's probably in trouble. Hall and Oates. I bet they had to redo that. Those guys do not like to be called Hall and Oates at all. I mentioned that before. Just reiterating. They are Daryl Hall and John Oates. They are not Hall & Oates. If you do anything with them promotion-wise or interview-wise, you keep calling them Hall & Oates and referring to them after their manager tells you they're not Hall & Oates, stop calling them that. If you keep calling them that, they'll cancel your stuff. Just so you're aware. Hall & Oates. Anyway, Daryl Hall and John Oates, I mean. Live Aid, an incredible lineup going back and forth and back and forth, and you had Paul McCartney doing the Let It Be thing at the end of the England, the London one. It was just great. The wind is blowing. There's a lot of sound problems. It took so long to get footage from this after it broadcast live because a lot of people were like, it was like Woodstock. I don't like my performance. I don't want it seen. The wind was blowing. The sound was off. But yeah, Live Aid, just a great concert, I think. And even the stuff that didn't, with the sound issues and everything is incredible. And of course, the big thing, who could forget the Freddie Mercury performance really burning up in this at this point, this Freddie Mercury performance. That's why I'm wearing this. But anyway, yeah, that's the iconic, with the white tee. I don't have any white tee, sleeveless tees like that. But anyway, so yeah, Freddie Mercury, and I do have this though. I dressed up like that. You think this glove is bad? Check this out. For Halloween, I was Mercury Kruger. No, the two Freddies. Mercury Kruger. Okay. All right. All right. So anyway, Live Aid's going on. This guy, Robert Zimmerman, decides to get on stage and say, you know what, I'm glad we're making all this money. I'm paraphrasing, but something like, I'm glad we're making all this money for Africa, whatever. But maybe we can take $1 million or $2 million of that and give it to farmers who are having issues, keeping their land here in the U.S. And there was different opinions on, he shouldn't have said that, or yay, hooray, I'm glad he said that. One thing it did, though, is it launched Farm Aid. I guess Willie Nelson, John Cougar Mellencamp, as he was known then, and Neil Young all thought, yeah, that's a great idea. Why don't we do that? And then Farm Aid was born, September of 1985, in Champaign, Illinois, not too far from here. They did their first Farm Aid, and it's been going on ever since. John Mellencamp made a good comment about that. He's like, unfortunately, it's still going on. When we did Farm Aid, we thought we would do a couple of these concerts for a few years, and we would raise enough money to solve the issue. And it's like, all the money they keep raising, they keep getting pushback from, that's just more that the other side has to build up to the corporate farm, and it's just a mess. But a great idea and an excellent first concert. I mean, I know that they've changed lineups and it's been going on for years, but that first one, wow. I mean, you had everybody from George Jones to Foreigner, Bon Jovi, Alabama, country acts like Johnny Cash, and you just had, of course, these three. And Lou Reed. Lou Reed's always involved in Farm Aid. I think that's wonderful. And Farm Aid was the first time that Sammy Hagar played live with Van Halen, which I know a lot of people are like, yeah, that's not a thing to celebrate. But I'm in St. Louis, and we love Sammy Hagar here. And we don't care that he's in Van Halen, or not in Van Halen, or in Montrose, or with The Circle, or whoever he's with. We love Sammy Hagar, and Farm Aid was the first time they were all together. Now, of course, that led to all kinds of things. There was Hearing Aid, remember that, in '86, when all those metal acts got together, did that song, We Are Stars. Ronnie James Dio was kind of like the Bob Geldof of that. He was spearheading that whole thing. Another song that was kind of like less about the cause and more about, we're all stars and we're shining and we have the power to shine bright and light. It's kind of like We Are the World. Whereas the Do They Know It's Christmas song, I really like that because it was more about the people you're helping. Here's the situation. Here's what these people are going through. Let's help. These two, the Stars and the We Are the World, are more like, we're so awesome, we should be doing something because we're superstars and we have the power. It's more of a narcissistic kind of viewpoint, but a great lineup. Motley Crue was a part of that. Of course, Rob Halford was a big part of it. Dokken, Night Ranger was in there. Queensryche. I'm trying to remember some different people. I know there were more. Quiet Riot, Jafria was in that, and Spinal Tap was in Hearing Aid in '86. There's a funny. I read Rob Halford's book. There's a funny story in there. Spinal Tap, the guy, the comedy guys. It's not really a metal group, which some people still don't understand. Spinal Tap was not that's a comedy thing. It's not a real group. It was the guy from Clue and the guy from The Simpsons. But yeah. So anyway, so Spinal Tap's there, and they stay in character the entire time. And according to Rob Halford's book, half the groups that were there thought it was, because they do this big, again, 40 artists all together doing a recording session. And he said like half the artists there thought it was hilarious, thought it was great, knew what was up. And the other half was like, get these clowns out of here. They're making fun of us. Screw these guys. And we're just cold to them. They a couple fights, probably, I've heard, breaking out. I don't know what fight meant, like verbal fight or like, fight. But yeah, Hearing Aid, that was fun. Stars, kind of hard to find anymore. I mean, mine is, I just still have the old cassette. But that led to all kinds of things went on after that. They had the Rock Aid in Armenia in 1988 when all those bands got together and did Smoke on the Water. You had all kinds of great people involved in Rock Aid Armenia, like, Ian Gilliam was kind of the main guy behind that, but you also had Bryan Adams and Bruce Dickinson and Paul Rogers and David Gilmour from Pink Floyd was in it. I remember Brian May was in the band, Tony Iommi. Uh, Roger Taylor was the drummer. Trying to remember all these people. Alex Lifeson, I think, was in it. But yeah, they had Rock Aid Armenia, and then the UK got a nice album out of it. Instead of We Are the World with a bunch of unreleased tracks that nobody wanted in the first place, they got a hits package with like all the hits of it. You know, they had like Free All Right Now and Owner of a Lonely Heart and all these others. So people actually bought that, played it, and liked it instead of playing this going, what the hell is For the Tears in Your Eyes from Prince? What is A Little More Love from Kenny Rogers? I don't even know that. Is that a Olivia Newton-John remake? I'm not sure. Another thing that was on here, the Canadians were kind of like, I don't know, man, this Northern Lights thing, Tears Are Not Enough. That song is completely forgettable, and it had Bryan Adams, Aldo Nova, Corey Hart, Mike Reno from Loverboy, Neil Young was involved, Joni Mitchell, John Candy, Anne Murray, the Northern Lights, and Tears Are Not Enough. It's like they should have had their own album or something. Was that a single? I don't remember that. But yeah, so that Canada was involved. Australia was involved in Live Aid, like I said. And it just went on and on. It really got the whole aid thing going. Why, it was 1985. Why wasn't there an AIDS aid? You would have think that would have, it was certainly would have been needed. It's right there in the name. We just get a Madonna PSA for that. But anyway, yeah, so all of these different benefits, it all was blowing up. We had Hands Across America. No way that would... Can you imagine the price of sanitizer would be skyrocketing if we tried something like Hands Across America now. But yeah, all these aid things and all these benefits for... you know, they had the Haiti one when they redid We Are the World. It's still going on today, so it was great to see all of that. And people have a problem with this song. I don't care for the song a lot. I do like like I said, Do They Know It's Christmas? That's a great song, but I'm not a big We Are the World fan. But there were a lot of criticisms about it too, and criticisms about Live Aid and how it was just a bunch of pop stars celebrating themselves and all this kind of stuff. The bottom line is it made money. That was the point. They said they should have had African performers there. It would have made it more legitimate. If they would have taken half of those superstars out and replaced them with people from Africa, you would have had half the audience and thereby half the money. The point was to raise money. That's it. That's it. These people don't care. When you're starving, you don't care about integrity or whatever. You care about getting some food. And that was what it was all about, you know. So the criticisms kind of fall on deaf ears when the money rolls in and it goes and helps people. I mean, I don't, you know, come on. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of We Are the World. I mean, I have my own criticisms. They don't mean anything on the grand scheme, but I mean, I remember watching the video and things like seeing Michael Jackson in the video where it's supposed to be about no ego and we're here to help, but you see Michael Jackson in the video and it starts off, oh wow, there's his shoes. Oh, there's Michael Jackson's sock. Oh my God, Michael Jackson's kneecaps. And it just, you know, slowly goes up and it's just like, come on. Thought we were leaving the egos by the door. I'm not a big fan of Bob Dylan as a part of We Are the World. You know, it doesn't really go. It doesn't jive. He was hearing Bob Dylan talking about, it's true, we make a brighter day, just you and me. You know, that's not a lyric Bob Dylan should be singing. I mean, come on. And he sounds like a parody of Bob Dylan almost. I don't have this knowledge, but I imagine that somebody like Quincy Jones told these performers, you know, I want you to sound the most like you, be the most Ray Charles you can be, Ray Charles, be the most Bruce Springsteen that you can be. He's another one. They're all singing like whatever, and then he comes on, it's like, oh, dude, come on. I mean, I love Bruce Springsteen. I think his new album is one of the best ones that came out a couple of years ago. His song on We Are the World is my favorite song on that album, but that's over the top. It's like, hey, boss, buddy, come here. You're on about a 10. We're going to need you on about a 5. Okay? You're singing over a Lionel Richie ballad arrangement. Okay? Just, can we bring it down? Love the passion. Can we bring down the volume a little there, Joe Cocker, please? And so, you know, my favorite part, and this is absolutely true, my favorite part of the whole song is Kim Carnes. She's got the best solo. It's, when we... I've spent decades, this song rarely plays, but when it does, that's the part I sing. I wait for it. When we... Nobody when-we's like Kim Carnes, you know what I mean? Great stories about Cyndi Lauper. They had to stop the recording and start over because her jewelry was rattling in the microphones. And just all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, it was quite a thing to be around when that came out. But yeah, there's some like sketchy parts of the song, and again, LaToya and Dan Ackroyd, but we're turning away people like John Denver, and we're not even inviting Madonna. So yeah, there's a little bit of criticism there, but again, look at all the money it raised. That's really the point, of the whole thing. It's bottom line. Yeah, that's about. I mean, it still goes on today. I remember one of the last things I saw, though, pretty funny. Speaking of cynical stuff, was I used to have to watch American Idol. Yes, and I said had to, as in for work. And so I saw the first, like a couple of early seasons, and one of them they did a benefit, and I don't remember where they went, but it was someplace similar. Carrie Underwood was there, and she's singing The Pretenders' "I'll Stand By You." And she's singing it to these kids, that live there. And they're all just like amazed. I don't know if they understood English or not, but this woman is sitting there going, "I'll stand by you. I won't let nobody hurt you. I'll never desert you," and all this kind of stuff, the lyrics. And then like 4 hours later, she's on a plane out of there. I'm just thinking, I always wondered if those kids were like, where's the lady that was going to stand by us and not, she's on, okay, she went home, okay. But I'm sure she's still standing by them in a monetary, in a virtual way, not a physical way. I'm sure Carrie Underwood is a very, very, very good with the benefits and all that. But anyway, I'm Robert Fitton. Thank you so much for taking this random journey down memory lane with We Are the World. As an excuse to wear this Live Aid. I can't just walk to Walmart in this. Excuse to wear this Live Aid jacket. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Please like the video. If you did like it, consider taking a couple seconds out. Or for, I realize if you're watching it on TV, it takes more than that. But I appreciate all the likes. I definitely always appreciate the comments. Please keep those coming. I love interaction like that. And vinyl community, keep the great vinyl community videos coming as well. Thanks again for watching.